everybody, this is Joy Truscott from Soul Awakening South Africa, and I have a wonderful, wonderful guest with me today, and this is Jade Rehder, all the way from the USA, and Jade is known as the Empath Whisperer. And the reason I really wanted to have Jade chat to us and bring this message through was because this is so important right now. We are picking up so much energy, and for those of us who are very tuned into energy, it can be a little overwhelming. So we need to get clear, and we need to understand what it is that's happening, and we need to understand how to manage us, and not just manage us. We need to know how to thrive while we are becoming more and more in tune with who we truly are. Amazing beings of light and love with these incredible skills, empathic abilities. So welcome, lovely Jade, and thank you for being with us here today.
Thank you so much, Joy, and aloha, everyone.
The first question I really want to just jump into with you is, how did you get to this point of understanding yourself as an empath whisperer?
Well, I've been empathic and highly intuitive my entire life. And in 2005, a shaman said to me, Jade, you're an empath. And it took me, it took me 2 years to understand what she meant by that. But then I was like, I have to figure out how to work with this, because at times it was totally debilitating, to the point where I'd be laying on the ground crying. So I just did a lot of praying and a lot of reading, and I've been through a lot of training. Yet I then took it and went, how do I make this simple? Because so often people will tell you it's going to take, 30 days, 60 days, 3 years, 10 years to learn something. And I really wanted to be able to make things accessible and quick, because we've been accelerating ever since all of us were born. I mean, evolution is accelerated through all lifetimes. Yet this experience here now in 20, whatever anyone is in, and earlier, has been accelerating exponentially. And with that, I noticed the amount of challenges. Now, this isn't only people who are deal with picking up other people's pain or emotions, but so many people are picking up the collective's experience and others. And sometimes you guys were doing all of this. So if you go, oh, I do that and I do that and I do that, that's perfect. Some of us do all different flavors of the empath gift. But animals, the trees, like as the rainforest shrinks, myself and a lot of friends, there'll be just tears rolling down our face, because we can feel the sadness of the earth, and then of the forests. I mean, I live in Oregon right now, and right now I'm in South Dakota, so you're looking at beautiful ponderosa pine trees behind me. And as they do clear cutting, the trees energetically scream as they go by in the trucks. These are the things, and to other people it might sound super crazy, yet it is one of those things where when this is happening to you, and you can talk to other people who it's happening to, then we all understand that we're okay, and that we have a higher sensitivity. I know empaths who can whisper to autistic children, because those children don't get to put out in words, but they put out in vibration and energy and essence. And so I got here by a lot of my own personal pain and figuring out how to work my way through that, and then championing others to do the same. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yes, absolutely, that does. And Jade, and it's personal pain that really makes us expand. And that what we'd love to do is try and find a way to make people have this life experience with less pain, so that we can quickly elevate. Because when we stay stuck inside of the pain body, we sort of stay there and we get trapped and locked in. So as a young person, what support did you have, and what support would you give, or ideas maybe for parents who know they have a highly sensitive, empathic young person in their family or in their home?
That's a great question. You know, people around me who appreciated me. I chose to shut down my seeing and my hearing gifts at 10. I even remember the day and what it looked like outside and what time it was, because I just was like, it's too much. So sensitive and intuitive children, I'd first encourage them, and I do this often. I was talking to a baby sitting on the airplane on my way here to South Dakota, telepathically. And the baby's giggling, and the mom looks at me, and I go, oh, I'm talking to him in his head like his brother does. And I said, and if you continue to do that, they'll continue to own that telepathic gift. Now, my brother and I are real telepathic. We don't talk a lot on the telephone, and people are like, you don't? And I'm like, no, we don't really need to. We don't know what's going on in each other's lives in the minutia, but we know we're fine, and we're good, and that we're supporting each other. So I had that gift. I have a cousin who's 4 days younger, and so we have that gift too. So parents with really sensitive kids, you know, if they don't like certain clothes, please don't make them wear them. Please understand that sometimes I have a child who used to cry if you put the wrong socks on her when she was a tiny infant. Now that infant didn't learn to not like the sock with the seam. That infant was uncomfortable because of that seam on the sock. I have a lot of people in my life who have young boys, and they don't understand why their sons are to what the mom's going through. And I'm like, because they're merging. They literally become one in osmosis. And this isn't only children who do this. I did it. I was here 6 years ago on this mountain with a friend, and he was tired, and I was driving, and all of a sudden I had her over because my eyes are closing. And I never owned how much I merged with the people around me. Anyone listening to this, the number one thing that I would love for you to understand is you don't have to merge. And even the awareness that you are merging can bring you out of merging. So if you're over merging with the collective and the pain in the collective, choose to separate. Now, we all know that we're one, and we all know we're all connected, but we don't have to be in other people's emotions, pain. So if we turn lots of schools of thought in directions related to dimensionality and all different things, and as they naturally will spin to the right to try to bring in more energy to earth and keep going. Mm-hmm. But if you can put a toy in their left hand and get them to spin to their left, or have them pat a bed and then spin to the left, pat the bed, spin to the left, and make it a game themselves so that they'll sleep. For kids between the ages of about 18 months and 6 or 7 years, that's my number one parent tool.
Oh, wow.
Now, big people, we can also unwind.
That is such a wonderful tool, Jade, and it sounds so simple, and it could be just like a game. So I'm going to try and remember exactly what you said and just repeat it, because our signal is breaking up a little bit. But anyway, we are cross continents, so this can happen sometimes. So you create a game where you put a little toy or a teddy bear or something in the left hand of the child and let them spin to the left to help them to stabilize. Say that for me again.
So what they're going to do, Joy, is they're going to unwind their energy and loosen it up. Dimensionality, they're going to loosen up the third dimensional experience and move more into the fifth. But energetically, they literally release. And, you know, like for a child to lay down sometimes, they're in that shaky mode and they don't want to go to sleep. Into the left, they'll relax.
Wow. Wow, that is like gold, a little bit of information like that. And Jade, I know that you are doing the most wonderful. I was on your last beautiful course that you offered, and it was profound and generous and beyond words. And I love your energy, and I love the way you speak about and share so much. It's like let's all just get on board and let's get this right, and let's help each other to be the best that we can possibly be. And I love that generous spirit that you just show so beautifully. And now you have another course coming up, and it's a free one as well. So I'd love you to speak a little bit about that so that people can really climb in and get not just this beautiful little gem, this beautiful little tool, but all the tools that you are so lovingly sharing.
Thank you, Joy. So what I'm doing is a 9-day energy makeover challenge, and it starts here in the US time-wise. So this is the time I know. It starts at 7 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, May 15th. And it will be broadcast simultaneously within a Zoom platform into a Facebook group. So if the time zone doesn't work, you can join us by re-watching it in the Facebook group called Energy Makeover Challenge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my top empath energy tools, a lot like that spinning one for the child or the big child in us. I'll share my #1 way for an empath to be protected. And I say it like this because it isn't creating something hard around you or anything that it's different, and it's a real deep connection is what we're up to. So that is what I do. So each day you'll learn the tool, and on the 9th day, we'll actually go through my clear experience on being connected to too much, to the whole. So what I mean by that is it's a way to take out the stored over collection that you have of energy in you related to the group of all of us here.
Wonderful. So this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful course for anyone who understands themselves to be sensitive or empathic, if they've understood that that's who they truly are. And I would absolutely encourage you to sign up and do it very quickly. Sign up. And so Jade, we're going to put a link onto this where they can actually click in and link to you. So you'll look out for this at the end of this video. And this is a way for you to really expand your awareness. If you have anybody in your family who you understand to be a sensitive child or a sensitive adult, or is feeling desperate, alone, unseen, unheard, this is the place to come and find some real tools and some amazing answers. We are not broken. Please understand, we are not broken. Oversensitivity is not a burden, but a great gift. How did you manage to get that? Who helped you along the way, Angel?
Well, I was blessed to find a mentor, teacher, and trainer in 1999. I had a trainer in the business world who said I needed to go take care of myself. Mm-hmm. People around me went and got their nails done, a massage, and their hair cut. I went and found a gal who was trained in ancient Hawaiian huna la'au kahea. So that's a big mouthful, but the ancient Hawaiians' way of personal actualization, awakening, and healing. Neuro-linguistic programming. And she walked into a networking group I was running and said, my name is Maggie Connor. If you want positive changes, come see me, Maggie Connor. And I dove underneath the table when the meeting ended, more cards, and connected to her. And so I have been graced to find really people who are advanced in my lifetime. I've been able to do things other ways have been, so I tend to find clear ways of doing things. And ancient Hawaiian huna is one of them. Neurolinguistics helps me give boxes to people who need a box in understanding. So yeah, And I did have someone say to me when I was 33, something really simple, but it woke me up. Now, the cool thing is so many people on the planet have been awake since they came on, and they've stayed awake. And someone said to me in 2009, your pain is the fuel to your passion. And I really heard that. And that's what had me commit to really focusing on supporting the people who know they're empathic and helping people know what's going on.
So sign on and just enjoy this amazing gift that is coming to you for absolutely for free. So it is just generous beyond words, and I urge you to do that. So Jade, let's say goodbye at this point, and so much gratitude to you. And so know that I'm in South Africa, and I'm bringing your voice to the Southern Hemisphere and everywhere else that this gets broadcast. But I'm urging my fellow South Africans to jump in and do this amazing course with you. So many blessings, and may your road ahead be glorious as you bring more and more insight into us, Jade. Many thanks, my darling.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Joy. Aloha nui loa, which is the highest of to everyone. And in Hawaiian, we say ahui ho, which means until we meet again.
I love it. Very nice. Well, in South Africa, if we said in Afrikaans, we say tot ziens, which means till we see you again, and hambagashli, go well until I see you then. So there's many languages in this country. So yeah, go well, Jade. And just before you jump off, we're going to you're going to give me the access point to get onto the website, to get onto the webinar. Will you do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can go onto my website, Jade Rehder, REHDER.com. Click on Energy Makeover, and there's access there. Okay.
Perfect. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. And so many blessings to all of you. Remember, you're not broken. You're just more fabulous than you've ever understood. So feel away and expand and elevate. Many blessings. Thank you.